Number 9 on the list is, listen, 10 was easy. Number 9 and onwards, basically, gets very difficult on this list. There's a bunch of teams that you're hard-pressed to see fighting for that playoff spot, but how do you order them from 9 to 6? Well, in at number 9, it is an entirely new squad in KT Rolster, and thankfully, if you're a fan, maybe, depending on what your outlook is on competitive League of Legends, sports in general, the hype isn't going to be there. The expectations are not there. We saw it from KT last year with BDD coming over to join Smeb and Score, and it looked okay. This team should be absolutely, maybe even a contender for an LCK title. 2020 rolls around after the debacle that was 2019, and it's an entirely new roster. Not a single player returns from that starting lineup. Kuro just a split too late in his reunion with Smeb and Prey from the former Rocks Tigers. But Ray and Sohwan are the top lane. I think Ray will eventually be getting more starts. Malrang and Bono are there in the jungle. I think Malrang should get more starts for them. Aiming is a big question mark. We've seen the ceiling that this guy can reach. He can be an absolutely star AD carry, but that bot lane with him and Tucson seems a little bit volatile, where they could be getting very behind in some of these matchups. They're both prone to some unnecessary deaths, so when you combine the two of them, ooh, that could be a nasty early game for that bottom lane. Obviously, the most important member, and if they have any hopes of fighting for playoffs, it's Kuro in the mid lane. And for him, he just came off an LPL split for BLG in summer, where he was doing a lot of hard carrying, so much hard carrying that he got them into the playoffs, a top 4 finish before they lost to Fun Plus Phoenix. Of course, the eventual world champions in those summer semifinals. And Kuro had an absolute bounce back season. Even in spring, when Billy didn't make the playoffs, Kuro was still the most consistent and best performing player. We've talked about this before. It's crazy that of all the former Rocks Tigers members way back in 2016, it's Kuro who's kind of still playing at a peak level and the highest and best competitive level out of all those guys, which he was a weakness, or people looked at as the underwhelming member of that roster, but absolutely hasn't been the case in 2019. He's going to have to play at that exact same level, maybe even higher, to carry this KT team towards playoffs, because, I mean, outside of him, there are a lot of question marks. Ray didn't play the entirety of the summer split. Malrang was, of course, part of that 0-18 Jin squad. Him and Aiming are both still 19 years old, so they have plenty left to prove in their careers. And Malrang did have some decent moments. He had some of the biggest damage percentage numbers, second among junglers in the summer split, which is impressive when your team is losing so damn much. But Ray, I'm not sure he'll be able to put a huge stamp in the top lane. Tucson, it's a bit of a question mark because he looked great at times on Afrika, and he looked great at times on Kingzone. But what we're really about to see is how good did Deft make Tucson look throughout all of 2019. And I think Deft has, of course, a history of making supports look fantastic, and he has played with some incredible supports on his own, on their own right. But Tucson, I think, got the benefit of playing with one of the best AD carries of all time. We'll see if he can help groom Aiming into a more consistent player, but I'm not sure if Tucson is the support to be able to do that. So KT Rolster's in at number 9, but again, just keep in mind that numbers 9 through 7, maybe even 6, are all super close, and they could flip-flop in the standings, and we would not be shocked whatsoever.